really just a girl. Hello, guys.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm so excited to be here.
I know. I have not seen Hannah in what feels like a month. And I haven't texted her because I had like a million questions. But of course, we have to save everything for the pod now. So I'm just like...
Everything I've been saving. And I've been dying to call you too. And I just want to talk about everything. So I'm so happy to be here.
I know. I'm
so
like...
excited.
I know. It feels like your wedding was here and then you were on your honeymoon. And oh my God, your honeymoon looked incredible.
Honeymoon was amazing. I mean, I have so many like pros and cons and like do's and don'ts and tips to give to anyone who's like planning a trip to Europe also. But overall, it was just like the trip of a lifetime. It was amazing. It really was.
Okay. Yeah. So we're going to do a full like Hannah's wedding day recap on Patreon. But we do want, some of the girlies have been asking for questions, like ask some questions about it. So we do kind of want to just go over it a little bit. How do you feel now that your wedding is done?
I feel great.
Okay.
I think one of the biggest things that shocked me was how chill I was during the day.
Okay.
Even though behind the scenes, there were a few things that definitely didn't go as planned, which I knew was going to happen.
Yeah.
But overall, zero regrets.
Yeah.
Like zero. Which is funny. Blake and I were on the way home after the wedding at 1 a.m. or whatever time it was, and we were driving off, and I was like, okay, what do you think? Like, did we regret anything? What should we have done differently? And he was like, not a single thing. I wouldn't change a single thing. My one complaint, well, there's a couple of things in my head that I was like, okay, I would tweak this and that. Overall, it was great. It was perfect. We just were so busy. We didn't have a single second to, I feel like, mingle with people and talk to the people that came all the way from Dallas or Miami or Massachusetts. I didn't get to see them, and I got to hug them, but we had to move on to this. We had to do this. We had to do cake. We had to do all these things. I know that's how it goes, and everyone says it flies by, but I didn't realize it was going to be like to this second of a schedule.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was great. But I want to know, I want to know your POV and Gabby's POV, like being a guest at the wedding and how it went. And did you see any like mishaps or like what was it from your perspective?
So I feel like it was, especially because I was there early, right? So I was helping you behind the scenes and everything. Like, wedding was spectacular. And I feel like for me, too, I was like, okay, Hannah's wedding is going to be really much like a guide point for me in like what I want in a wedding and like what I wouldn't want in a wedding. Because I've gone to like traditional Mexican weddings like back in the day, but I haven't gone to like a really nice wedding. Overall, like, decor and everything was just absolutely stunning. Everything was so stunning. I think you held it together pretty well during the whole thing. I think the only time that I saw you, quote unquote, upset that I could tell something went wrong was when they didn't play the song down the aisle exactly at the timing that you wanted it.
Yes.
Which I feel like, I don't know how that would go, because I do feel like maybe that's just like, it's kind of chaotic during that time. It was so chaotic. I feel like that's the only time that I saw you upset. And then obviously, I feel like I didn't get to, and I want Gabby's impression of you too, because I saw you, obviously I helped you get into your dress, and then I was like crying, and I was like, oh my God, this is like, she looks so beautiful.
And you did help me so much. Like, she walked me to the aisle, fluffed my dress, helped me put on my dress. My dress wouldn't zip up.
Oh my God.
It wouldn't zip up.
I was praying. I was like, oh my God, this is not like zipping up. Like, what
She's
the
like,
fuck?
I'm sweating.
I was sweating profusely under my dress.
So
like,
it was the underlining. At first I was like, did I gain weight? What's happening? It wasn't any of that. It was just like the dress itself somehow got caught in, I don't know. But it happened. We fixed it. And you helped me so much. And I'm so grateful for your day of. I mean, even that night I sent you a text just to thank you, because I couldn't have done all of that without you, and I'm so grateful.
I was so honored to just be there.
So happy. Thank you so much.
And I got to like, see, I'm you not getting that song. I know that was like where you were most upset, but so I didn't get to see you walking down the aisle, but I know Gabby did. So I wonder what that was like, because I was like, I will say this, your reception, everything was like gorgeous, but where you had your ceremony, it was just like angelic.
Oh,
it was
really?
so beautiful. I feel like, honestly, the only thing you could have done to like make it a fucking celebrity wedding was had like people hanging. With
yeah,
fucking,
aerialists.
Yeah, like
I
with fucking like.
We tried to do that, but
you're crazy.
No,
but
the beams wouldn't support it.
It was beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm so glad. I'm glad everyone loved it. Yeah, that was. I hate sharing that because I don't want brides to like freak out if you're planning your wedding. I'm sure I said this on the podcast. My biggest worry was the ceremony.
Yeah.
I wanted to walk out during a specific part of a song. I wanted to make sure it was perfect, and it kind of all went to shit. But I have to just change my mind to like, it is what it is. It happened. It was out of my control.
Yeah.
So I guess what happened was like the pace was off.
Yeah.
So it wasn't timed correctly. It's totally fine, but it wasn't the right song when I was about to walk. So I had to tell the coordinator, and he had to tell the DJ and the string quartet to replay the song. Yeah. And from my point of view, as a wedding coordinator myself and a designer, I know as a guest I would have caught on that was a mistake. And the curtains opened too early. I don't know if you noticed that. They opened the curtains too early, and I was like, not yet, because Emma had just gone down the aisle. And then I saw Blake, and I was so upset on the inside, but I had to just let it go, because what am I going to do? Let it ruin it for me? No, I just had to let it happen. And then the song was all wrong, and they opened the curtains, and it's fine. I was like, did you hear the song? He was like, no, I wasn't even listening to the song. I was just focused on you. Yeah. And I was like, did you notice the curtains opening? He was like, no, not really. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. And I was like, okay. But did you hear the song get messed up?
From a different POV, yeah. I didn't notice.
Oh, you didn't?
No. I mean, I could hear the song, right? But I didn't really notice that it was like a mistake. I think there was just so many people. Your families were talking. Like, everybody was so distracted beside each other that you couldn't.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, that you didn't know. The only reason I knew is because Jocelyn and I were talking about it later. And I was like, oh, you couldn't really notice? I mean, the song, I was like, oh, okay, that's a nice walkout song, but you wouldn't notice if you didn't know. Okay,
thank God. And you were with me, so you got to see my face. Yeah. And I was like...
Yeah,
I can't even remember what I said.
I wanted to scream at them, but I didn't know who to scream at, because I could tell in your face you were so upset, and I was like,
so upset.
I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is like her. Like, I'm like, everything needs to be, for me, like, that needs to be the most perfect thing. Yeah. Anything after that can go to shit, but like that needs to be the most perfect thing. But I think obviously I caught on because of your face.
Yeah, you were with me.
Yeah, I was with you.
Right.
But other than that, I feel like this, I mean, we're going to go into deep about your ceremony. It was just so beautiful. So beautiful. Your vows with Blake and then with Emma, that was just like, I was not expecting the Emma thing.
We were trying so hard not to cry.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my God. I was like, this. I think that, like your wedding was like, there were so many moments where you were just like, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Don't ruin the makeup. But that was really beautiful. The only other thing that probably no one noticed, but I did and pissed me off. Mm-hmm. And I this has nothing to do with her because I know she was so stressed about this, was Joanna's baby.
Oh, making noise?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was my only thing. Yeah. And then what stressed me out was because Joanna had clearly told her mom
to take the baby out.
Mm-hmm. And her mom sat in the fucking aisle, bro. And I'm like, I thought she was gonna go in the aisle. And I was stressing. I was like, please don't, like you cannot enter. And it was like right in the middle too. And I was like, take the baby out. And you could tell Joanna's face was like, she was like, oh my God, Mom, what are you doing? Like, you could tell she was pissed. Like, what are you doing? Take him out. Like, because she ended up getting up and walking towards the aisle versus let me go through the outside. Yeah. And I'm like, what are you doing? That's the only thing that I noticed, but I think it was because I'm so like, I know Joanna spoke about it before. Yeah. My mom knows what she needs to do. Like, and she was worried about that. Mm-hmm. And the fact that, like, if I told my mom, as soon as this baby get out, and that she didn't get out, I'd be pissed too. So that's the only other thing. But I think it's just because weddings for me, children too, would have been a big no-no.
Yes.
So I get that.
Yeah, like I said, we had no kids, like, except for Rylan, who was the youngest one there. And it was so cute seeing him walk. I love him in all the videos and the pictures. It was perfect. When I was looking at Blake, I did hear him cry for a sec. And I remember thinking, like, okay, well, don't get louder than that. Like, okay. But
thankfully he did not.
He didn't. Yeah.
And listen, I get it. It's a baby. Like he's what, one? It happens. Yeah. But I think for me, it's because I knew it and I saw it on Joanna's face too, that like she was stressed out because she didn't want to ruin it for you either. Right. But because he was like, mama. And I could tell that her mom was like, oh, should he go to you? And she was just like, no, like go take him out. So I feel like that like made me anxious for everything and for her. Yeah. But other than that, I mean, besides, you know, another thing I noticed, which we'll talk about the Patreon, I feel like it was great. I mean, your wedding was spectacular. Everything about it. Like, guys, she did a whole DJ set. Like, the whole crawfish thing you had. The photo booth that you had. Like, Chris and I took a lot of pictures. Gabby and I took a lot of pictures.
They were so good.
They were so good.
So much.
And then you had In-N-Out. Yeah. Once we had one, it was cold, but I was like, fuck it, I'm hungry. It was good. Yeah. But it was so much fun. I had a great time.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm so glad.
It was amazing.
I'm so glad. The DJ set, which is something I had teased on the podcast, I haven't even said it because it was like a surprise. So that was a surprise to everyone. And there was a good period of time where I was like, I'm not even in the mood to do this. I just want to relax and enjoy. And I was like, no, I got to do it.
No, oh my God, it made it. I mean, I feel like no one was expecting that.
Yeah, no one knew.
You and Blake came on and Blake was just like chilling and everyone had such a great time.
I'm so glad. Yeah. And then I added the confetti show last minute. And it was all worth it. And that's my biggest tip to girls planning their wedding is I had a lot of people and outside opinions tell me I was being excessive with everything. And kind of going overboard. And I don't regret a single thing. Yeah. I don't regret a single dime spent. It was a lot, but it was all worth it to me because it's like it's a once in a lifetime thing. Yeah. And I'm not getting married ever again. So it was so worth it to me.
I feel like, as long as you you see the value in the things, that's all that matters.
It was great.
And I feel like you especially love like the nightlife too. And so incorporating the DJ set with the confetti show, I saw that and I was like, I'm doing that in mine too.
You have to.
It's like you have to incorporate the things that you love, and people might not see the value in it, but you did. Right. And then there were little things like, I noticed too, like I had never gone to just a all black and white wedding, but you know, talking to the photographers and stuff, like it makes the picture so much cleaner, so much nicer. Yes. And I was like, oh, it was such a nice touch. So I'm like, okay, I would definitely do that in mine, because it's weird. It would be weird to have I know family members with a fucking paisley shirt or something, you know, and they're yellow. So I'm like, okay, black and white, and still some people did not get the memo. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? It is what it is.
That was one of our questions we got in my Q&A is, how do you feel about some of the people that showed up not in black?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
We're going to answer those questions on Patreon?
Yeah. Okay. We'll answer that later.
I wanted to be like, get the fuck out of here. Bro. You can't read directions or what? Like, what the hell?
Well, they just didn't read the website. They didn't read the website thoroughly, which this is the answer to the question. We'll answer it. I thoroughly read every single detail anytime I get invited to a wedding. Yeah. Because I want to know the ins and outs of what to wear, what to do, what time to show up, are we allowed to record things? Do they not want any phones at all? There's so many different details a bride puts into their specific wedding instructions. And to me, I worked really hard on our wedding website to go through the Q&A and answer every single question you could think of. My number one question on there was, what is the attire? And I specifically put all black dresses for women, suits or black tuxedo for men, no hats, no boots, please. Things like that. I made it very specific. And so the people that showed up not in the attire just didn't read the website. You know, and I knew that was going to happen. I think I said it here or a Patreon. I was like, I know there's going to be a handful of people that don't, because they just don't, they're just not super thorough the way we would be.
But even for me, there was one girl that was with a groomsman. She wore a beige dress. And I was like, you're with a fucking groomsman. To me, how would you not know? Yeah. You know, I feel like if I'm with a groomsman specifically, my groomsman should know exactly what they're going to wear and exactly what their plus one should wear. Yeah. And I think out of everything, that irritated me the most, because it's just you don't care. I just feel it's Like, you don't care.
Yeah. Well, also beige is crazy.
Beige is crazy.
Very close to white.
I'm like, you are Kelly right now in the office. Like, you want attention so bad. And I'm sorry, I don't know this person, and I hope you're not related to her, but that was just like, why?
Yeah, it might just be an honest mistake. Some people just don't think about those things. Okay. And I have a feeling that's just what it is. It's seriously just an honest mistake. I've been to many weddings in my life, so I kind of know what to do. Yeah. I know to make sure I'm in the exact attire because I don't want to be that oddball out. So I noticed throughout the night, I definitely was like peeking around like, oh my God, you're in white almost, you know, which is, it's nothing. And I don't want to be like, I don't want to be that pick me wife. Like, I should be the only one in white.
No, yeah.
It's not like that. No. I don't care. I really don't care. Like, I wouldn't have even brought it up unless someone finally asked me on the questions. I didn't really care. Just let it go.
No, I'm not either. It's not about like, oh, she's going to outdo me. I don't think I'll ever be that bride. Like, my you know, they can't look hot. No, it's not about that. It's etiquette for me.
It is.
It's etiquette. You gotta be. Just,
some people just don't know.
But one thing I will say, it was amazing meeting your family, and so many of them watch our podcast, and they all came up to me. They're like, "Oh my God, you're so much prettier in person." I'm like, okay, that's like, I love when I get that compliment. And then everyone was like, "Oh my!" One girl was like, "That's Gabby," and I was like, "Oh, that's Gabby." So it was just it was so cool meeting your family and
stuff. That's so cute.
Yeah.
I did have a cousin of mine text me, and she was like, "I said hi to Jazzy. I hope she doesn't think it was weird." I'm like,
oh no,
she wouldn't think that was weird.
No, I think one of them caught me like right after In-N-Out, and I was like, "God damn, I smell like onion right now. I'm so fucking sorry." I'm so sorry.
Yeah, there was crawfish at the wedding. I'm sure everything smelled like food. Okay, yeah, I want to ask you so many more questions about wedding stuff, but I do want to hear about your weekend for Gabby's birthday.
Okay, so, first of all, because I did want to share this on here for your wedding, the dress did not fit.
Oh my God, we have to recap them on the dress story. So tell it from beginning to end, because everyone DM'd me about that.
Okay, so, all right, I ordered the dress from Baby Boo, right? Mm-hmm. Gabby ordered the same one. It fit Gabby perfectly. Did not fit me. All week, I fucking sweated. I did cardio. I dieted. I was like when it came to like the 2 days before your wedding, I was moody, girl, because I was just like snappy. And Chris was just like, he was not understanding that, like, thankfully I'm glad I dieted because my waist was snatched at your wedding. But the reason it wasn't fitting was the chest part. Like, it just was not fitting. And my boobs, I don't know what it is. I will say this, but my boobs have grown. I don't know what, but I feel it, especially, did I start my period right after your wedding?
Are you still on progesterone?
No, I've been off. Oh. I've been off. But I don't know what it is. My boobs just, like, I feel like they look bigger. And even, like, with the dress at your wedding, like, I feel like my boobs are very prominent, which my mom was like, "Wow, you were showing a lot of boob." And I'm like, yeah, no, it's normal. Like, what do you mean?
It was a corset dress. The one you ended up wearing, it pushes them up.
It pushes them up, yeah. So, but my boobs are just like, I feel like they are a little bit bigger than I feel like they have been in the past, which I'm not upset about, right? Yeah. But I just am noticing things are fitting me tighter up here. So honestly, I didn't even try in the dress again. I was like just so focused on finding a dress for your wedding. So on Saturday, I go to the Nordstrom Galleria. I'm looking at everywhere before Nordstrom. Couldn't find anything. Go to Nordstrom. They have this Opoly dress. Not Opoly. House of CB dress that I really wanted to order for your wedding, but I was like, I don't want to pay $350. Well, I find it, and it's in a medium. I'm like, fuck it, let me try it. So I tried it. Did not fit me. It was velvet. It was really pretty corset. And basically what I wore, but it was velvet. But it didn't fit me. It was too big. So then I'm trying to find another dress that's very similar to it. It was like an off-brand, but Nordstrom had it. So I found a medium, couldn't find a small, and I was looking everywhere for like a size 2 or 4. All I could find was 6 and 8s. And they kept saying that there was one left in the store. So I spent a whole hour looking, if not longer, for it. Couldn't find it. I'm like so upset. And that day we were supposed to go to like a boxing fight And I come home and I was like, baby, you have to go without me. I'm like, I just am not in a mental state. I don't feel good right now. Like, I'm like, I still have to shave. I still have to do my tan. I still have to put on my press-ons, which I'm done with press-ons, by the way. Done. Anyways.
I had a feeling that would happen.
Yeah. I knew it too, but I was like, okay, just try it. So I'm just upset, whatever. I'm glad I stayed in. And then Chris was like, baby, I promise I'll take you to, I saw that there was a Nordstrom right by in the Woodlands.
Yes.
So he's like, I'll take you right before I have to drop you off with Hannah. And I'm like, please, dude.
Day of the wedding?
Day of the wedding on Sunday. I go to Nordstrom I think I was supposed to be at your place at 1. I got to Nordstrom at 11, right when they open. So I'm looking for the dress because I looked on their website and it said there was one left there. So I'm looking and there's nothing. And I'm like about to cry in tears. And this lady, she's there and she's like, hi, sweetheart, how can I help you? And I'm like, I have a wedding. She's like, when is it? I'm like, it's today.
It's in 2 hours.
It's in 2 hours. I'm like, I really want this dress. And she's like, oh no. She's like, let me see if I can help you. And then I showed her the House of CB and she's like, no, we don't have any more. There's like only one left in all of like the US. And I'm like, okay, great, whatever. She's like, let me just see what I can pull for you. So she's pulling these dresses and she pulls out the one that I got for your wedding. She pulls it up and I'm like, it was an extra small. And I was like, it's not going to fit me. It's not going to fit me. She's like, just try it on and we can kind of go from there. So she pulls out a few dresses and then I try that one on and it fit like a fucking glove, dude.
No, you looked amazing.
It literally looked like it was altered for me.
Yeah.
So I tried it on and Chris like, oh my God. And it was a House of CB dress.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God, I love it. And then she ends up finding an extra small as well in the velvet one. Uh-huh. So I tried it on, but that one actually was a lot smaller and it didn't fit. And it didn't look as good either. It didn't fit. But that one was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, wrap it up. Wow. She's like, you are so lucky. But she was so sweet. And I feel like, I told Chris, we've never gone to the Woodlands before. Everyone was so friendly. Yeah. Like, so friendly. We were driving down the area and I was like, now I understand why Hannah likes living in this area. It's so nice. Are
you gonna move there?
I don't know. Not right now.
It's a great place to raise a family.
I know, I've heard. Yeah. I've heard from you. But... No, I found that dress and I got so lucky.
You got so lucky.
So lucky.
I cannot believe you went to bed that night like, I'm going to have to figure it out tomorrow.
Yeah, because I was like...
I would have been like, I wouldn't be able to sleep, you know?
I couldn't. I didn't sleep good that night. I didn't sleep good.
You showed up like so preppy, happy, like, let's go, let's do this.
I had found the dress. Yeah. If not, I would have been like crying on the inside. Oh my God. And then I feel like, having Suzette there really helped because I knew I was going to love my makeup versus like going with someone you don't know how it's going to look. Yeah. I knew my makeup and she killed my hair. She did it in like fucking 10 minutes.
She's so fast.
She's so quick. Yeah. So quick. So like I was really in love with the whole look. But yeah, girl, thankfully, girls, I found the dress. Now I have it. I don't know what I'm going to wear for. I spent $350 on it. I still have to return the baby one because it's
doesn't shit. Fit. And they only do store credit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. You'll have another event to go to. But House of CB has great quality dresses. Oh, like, yes. Very good quality. You can wear it another time.
I love House of CB. And I have multiple House of CB dresses. But the thing is, like, they're so expensive. But I will say, House of CB never misses.
No, never.
Never fucking misses with their dresses.
Wow. Yeah. I'm so glad it all worked out.
It all worked out, girl.
Thank
God was watching out for me.
Seriously. He was. No, you looked amazing. And you both looked amazing.
Gabby wore the same dress. Obviously, we had bought the same dress. We had also bought the same fucking earrings. We wore the same earrings.
Oh, my God. So I'm trying to look in your pictures. I mean, you guys looked great.
Yeah, we would have looked like twins.
Your hair was so...
I loved her hair like
too.
That. Yeah. I loved her hair like that, too.
So yeah, I was telling the girls before we started, I'm so upset because I got Mirror Photo Booth, which is the nicest photo booth you can get for the wedding. And it was like it was something I knew I've always wanted for my wedding because it's so nice, but it's very pricey. And
how much is it if you don't want me asking?
It was like $2,400.
Okay.
For 4 hours.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, very.
But I will say 100% worth it. I took their card.
Oh yeah,
because I was best. I'm like, I love this for, like, the quality.
Yeah.
And you got them not only on your phone, but printed.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Unlimited prints. And Jocelyn, the owner, was nice enough to give me a call. And she was like, hey, are you in the industry? Because she recognizes Decor Tour member, because we use Mirror for every single nice wedding that we do. And she was like, hey, thank you so much for using us so often. I'll go ahead and throw in the iPads. So she threw in the iPads to where you could send it to your phone, like, completely. Oh. Yeah, she gave that to me, which was so kind of her. And yeah, shout out to Mirror. Like, they're amazing and they're so worth it.
They're so worth it.
Yeah, very expensive, but worth it. And that was something that Blake was like, no, we do not need to be spending that much on the photo booth. And I was like devastated. This was like probably 3 months ago when we were like starting to pay all of our vendors and stuff. And I was like, no, I want this photo booth. And so, like, I made it happen.
I will say, 2,400 is high up there, but I guess, me being there, like, and seeing the value of it, like, I love my pictures. I feel like now I have a memory of your wedding that I really enjoy versus, like, I feel like you would have spent that if you would have gave people party favors.
Correct. So, well, I did matches, but.
Oh, yeah, but matches is
so minuscule. It was like $200 from Etsy. But you're right, because I was thinking, what do I do as a keepsake for everyone to have? Yes. I was like, do I do shot glasses? Do I do the like a gift bag with little stuff? And Blake was like, people are going to lose it. It's going to go in their junk drawer. They're never going to remember it ever again. And that's another reason why I was like, I want the photo booth. I want people to take home really beautiful pictures of them.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm so glad I did that.
I loved it. It was, I love that touch.
Good. I don't regret it. That was the thing. That was what I was going to say. I'm like, my brain is so frazzled because I have a million things to tell you. But that is my one regret. I wish I had gone up to the photo booth and had Thomas, the DJ, announced, everyone please get in a quick line and take like one picture with Blake and Hannah at the photo booth. Because I don't have a picture with you guys. I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off because we were just on such a tight schedule to get all the shots that I wanted, to get all the things I wanted, and cutting the cake and eating and all these things. I only have like 3 photos in the photo booth. But it's okay.
But I'm glad you took one with Blake, because I feel like I saw that you did, and I was like, oh my God, thank God, because you were running around everywhere, and I was just like, I hope that she got some pictures there. Yeah, but everyone loved it. I feel like everyone went up there and got photos, so I feel like that was like such a nice touch.
I'm so glad. And I have so many tips for brides.
But it was, we'll go all into it.
We'll go into it on the Patreon, and if you're really interested, I literally made a full notes list of do's and don'ts of weddings and the best tips that I could give a bride for planning her wedding, and I'll share it all on Patreon because it's super important. You need to make a TikTok about it. I will. Well, I have a couple TikToks I made just like wedding planning, but after it's kind of having an experience of my own wedding now, I'll be able to give a full breakdown of exactly what to do, what's not a big deal. People will remember the photo booth. That's a big deal. Like, invest in the photo booth, things like that. But I'll share it all on Patreon.
Okay. So going back to Gabby's birthday. Gabby, you want to talk about your birthday a little bit? No, you want me to talk about it? Okay, so we didn't know what we wanted to do for Gabby's birthday, or Gabby didn't really want to do. She's not someone who always likes to celebrate her birthday. We were like, come on, Gabby, like, what do you want to do? So she threw out Port Aransas. I had never been. And besides the weather being... Oh, sorry, my alarm's on. Besides the weather being not... It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best. I feel like we had a really great time. Like, we made the best out of it. We stayed in this little community... what was it called?
It looked Cinnamon
Shores. It was so cute. We stayed in this beautiful house. It was like 3 bedrooms downstairs. Hers was upstairs. The kitchen and living room area were beautiful. And then like you rented a little golf cart thing, and you got to go like around the town and stuff. And then go on the beach. The beach was pretty high. The tide was pretty high, so we didn't get to enjoy the beach too much. We got to be around there a little bit the day before we left. But yeah, we just like spent like the one whole day at the pool, and that was really fun. We had a great time just like being there. And then the next day we split it like with the pool and the beach. But for Gabby's birthday, she did a dinner. She cooked us chicken piccata. It was so good. It was so good.
You like to cook? Kind of?
Yeah. Okay. So we were like, okay, she wanted to cook for her birthday. So she cooked chicken piccata. I tried to replicate the spicy Caesar salad from Drake's.
Oh, how'd it come out?
What do you think? I think out of a scale from 10... it was like a 6.5.
Yeah, I feel like it was missing something, but it was close.
It wasn't Drake's, but it was good.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah.
And then we made like some bread, and it was just really good. And then Rachel helped Gabby make some lemon drop martinis. Oh my god, they were so good. We got so drunk that night on the lemon drop martinis. Like, we were dancing. Like, I was dancing like I was in high school. I get you.
Did you guys vlog anything?
No, we have videos. I can show you, girl.
I want to see
oh my
videos.
god. We were fucking like just dancing in the house. Rachel apparently threw up 3 times without none of us knowing. She would just go throw up the chicken piccata, would come back out.
Puke and rally.
And Chris would make her take more lemon drop shots.
Oh my god.
Chris is an instigator. He loves getting everyone else drunk. But no, I feel like it was such a wholesome trip. Like, we had a great time. I think, like, now looking back, if we go a little bit more towards the summer, would be better.
Was it cold?
No, it wasn't cold, but it just wasn't hot.
Yeah, like beach weather.
It was windy.
Okay.
Yeah, it was windy. But no, we had a great time. All the pups were there. They were all getting along. And she took Rib, too, which was fun to see him with the dogs. But we had a great time. Like, it was really good. And then the last day, I was like, oh, I need to share this on the pod. So the last day, we're like all packing up, right? So Gabby and her man stayed upstairs. Izzy stayed upstairs. There was only one bedroom in their bathroom, the master upstairs. And then downstairs was like my room with our bathroom connected. And then across the hall was a bathroom, but then right next to it was Art and Britt where they were staying, and Rachel was staying at the other one. Rachel's man didn't get to come because he was working. So we're all packing up, and I'm like, I go into Britt and Art's room, and I'm like, you got everything? And she's like, yeah. And then I'm like just joking around, and I'm like, oh, this room reeks of sex, ha ha ha. And they're like, you should be talking. And I'm like, what are you?
They heard you guys.
They heard us. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they were like, Miss Loud over here. And I'm like, you're lying. And I'm like, no, you did not. Because we did it in the shower. And I'm like, there's no way they heard. And like, no. We all 3 heard. And I'm like, listen, I don't care that Brittany and Rachel heard. I'm mortified that Art heard. I'm like, you didn't hear it. And Rachel was like, dude, I thought it was only going to go on for like 4 or 5 minutes. That went on for like 10. I'm like, and they're like, and the funny thing is, Chris was complaining about his eye like 10 minutes ago, and he's in the shower hitting it from behind. And I'm like, dude, I don't even know how y'all heard. I told Chris, I was like, I swear to God, I was quiet. He's like, you weren't that quiet, but I thought that the walls were going to be thicker than what they were. And I'm like, dude,
it was like a Jack and Jill bathroom. I think that's what the problem was.
I guess. I don't know, but I'm like, y'all already know. If I'm going on a trip, that's when we have the most sex. So I'm like, I ain't even.
Okay, you're all married couples. Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah, I know, but it was just like funny.
Okay,
I guess I was just like, oh, no one heard. And they heard.
Okay, this is tea because we've always talked about how you're not super vocal during sex. Mm-hmm. So this is a big deal.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, I don't really, I remember just saying like, fuck a lot.
Well, you think you don't, but I guess you do.
I say things, I guess. I guess my moans were a little louder. I guess my fucks were a little.
No.
She was upstairs.
Okay, so upstairs was soundproof, but not your next door neighbor.
Not the people across. Apparently, they all came out of the rooms like. And Art was ironing in the hallway, and he was like, I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then Rachel says that she looked at Art like, is that what I think it is? And Art's like, and that Brittany opened the bathroom door because she was in the bathroom. And she's like, is that what I think it is? And they're like, yeah. And they're just like. I'm like, oh my God.
Wait, did they hear Chris or is it just all you?
I don't know.
I feel like it'd be more awkward if you could hear the guy.
No, I don't think Chris.
Like, you're a woman, what's the big deal? Yeah, like, it's fine. It's hot. Yeah. But a guy, like that's weird.
No.
I would be so embarrassed.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, Chris.
Like, if I was a guy in there.
No, he probably, I think, if anything, he was just like, fuck, because he says that, but like, Chris is not someone that's like that loud when he comes. Like, he's not like that. No.
This is Patreon topic.
I know. But I wanted to give the girls something good. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Great trip. You need to have more sex, go on vacation. Go on
solo vacation, girl.
No, I mean, it's just fun, like being like out of your routine, you know. It was like our little mini vacation, so I was
and this was you and Chris's first vacation in like a long time. I keep telling you guys to go on the trip, just you two, because
no, we plan on going to one.
Yeah,
we plan on going to one because I mean, May 29th is our 15-year
dating anniversary,
so we were trying to plan a little weekend.
Yes, you have to do something fun.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then it was good. I think we had a great time. Did you have a great time, Gabby, for your birthday?
Good.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Okay, so tell me about Italy.
Okay,
I lived through you.
Italy was amazing. We were gone for 8 days. It turned into 9 days.
Okay,
and I'll explain what happened because it was crazy. But we had one day to kind of like relax and pack, and honestly, I needed 2. If I could go back, I would actually have 2 days to do, because the one day after the wedding, we went to my dad's house, and my dad had a house nearby, and we stayed there and hung out till like 6 a.m.
Oh my God.
And I'll give a full thing on Patreon, but like we didn't even get a piece of our cake. We were so busy that night. So thank God, someone had packed up some cake for us, and we like were eating it at like 4 a.m. at my dad's house. I had
okay, that's good.
Yeah, we ate like crawfish and we hung out. Like we had a couple of our friends come over, and we stayed up till like 7 a.m. So I was exhausted the day after, and we had to leave for Rome the day right after at like 10 a.m. So I would give it 2 days next time. But other than that, we landed in Rome. Rome is beautiful. It's not a honeymoon city, I would say, because we were on the go to see all the sites there.
Yes.
So I would say if you're really trying to like relax, Rome is not the place, because it's busy. It's not... It's romantic to an extent, but it's not somewhere where you can just like zen out.
Yeah,
because you have a lot to do. So we saw the Colosseum. We went to Vatican Museum. Vatican was amazing. I love it there, seeing all the art. But it takes like 3 hours to walk through it, and it's like IKEA. You like have to go through the maze. You can't just like go in and see that, go in and see that. You have to go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it took like 3 hours to see it all. It's worth it. But if you are going to Rome, I would do a private tour after hours at the Vatican. It's worth it to do that, because the lines are crazy and it's so crowded. And this year is the Jubilee year in Italy, which happens every 50 years, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like a religious holiday. So they decorate everything really beautifully in Italy, and it's it's very touristy this year. Yeah, this year. But it was off season, and it was the tail end of their winter, so it was really cold actually. It was
really?
Chilly. Yeah, it got down to like 48 degrees at night.
Oh, dang.
It was cold. So
did you pack for cold?
Yeah, I did. I looked up the weather and I was like, what the hell? It's going to be like in the 50s at like 1 o'clock. So I packed some sweaters, thank God. But Rome was amazing. The food was phenomenal.
I know, your food looks so good.
Oh my God.
I'm eating pizza like at 10 a.m. over here. I was like,
oh yeah, because the time changed 7 hours apart. Yeah. So when it was like, what time was it? I was up all night. Like I was asleep all day. But then we took 1 day to get used to it, and then we were fine. It was perfectly fine. Okay. It wasn't bad. But the food was so good. I miss it already. I had the best tiramisu my entire life, and I will miss it so much at Osteria da Fortunata. Uh-huh. So fun, so good. The pasta's all handmade there in front of you. The caprese salad with all the fresh basil. They have like basil at your table you can pick off in like a plant and put it on your pasta, put it on your pizza, the burrata, the balsamic vinegar, the wine, the Aperol spritzes. Yeah. So good. Like everyone needs to go to Italy. Yeah. Seriously. It was amazing. We stayed in Rome for 2 days, and then we went to Amalfi Coast, which is like a train ride away.
Yes, that's where I want to go. Your view from your hotel at the Amalfi Coast. Oh my God.
I can say it all. Yeah, we stayed at Anantara, Del Convento. Everything's in Italian, so I can't pronounce it correctly, but I'll send it to you. Yeah. It's an old monastery, so it used to be like where monks lived, like way back hundreds of years ago, and they have photos of what it used to be like, and all of Amalfi Coast used to be just stairs, and they would take donkeys up and down these stairs to go down to the town, and it would take like an hour just to get down. It's only like a 3-minute drive, but it all used to be all these stairs. And in Italy, oh my God, you need to take Dramamine if you're on a long car ride or train ride, because the hills and going up the mountains, we went all the way through the hills and the mountains, and we saw like Pompeii, the volcano. It was amazing. but
you get car sick.
It's hectic, and you get car sick if you're sensitive to it. So definitely take Dramamine. And the roads, they're crazy drivers there.
Yeah, I've heard.
They're in like smart cars. Everyone's in like smart cars or Fiats and riding their little mopeds everywhere. Just like they don't give a damn. They don't care.
Yeah.
They'll crash in. They'll literally like sideswipe and move on. Like every car is messed up. Yeah. The parking, it's like bumper to bumper. Like it's terrible. No, do not, like, there's no exotic cars in Italy anywhere.
Yeah.
You can't. But food was amazing. I had a lot of mixed reviews. Some people were telling me it's really bland, it's not that good. The places we went to were great. Yeah, amazing.
How was the language barrier?
Language barrier is very easy. Everyone, you can request a menu in English. It's also very similar to Spanish. Like very similar. So you can actually pick up on what everyone's saying.
Yeah.
I will say there's no tipping culture there. Like all the servers are they're hourly. So they don't have tips there. So they're kind of very like brash and just straightforward. Like you'd sit down, they'd be like, what do you want?
Yeah.
You know,
that's what Japan is too.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. Japan was the exact same, no tipping culture. Yeah, which is kind of nice, but then they're very like, what do you want? Okay, here you go.
Yes. Yeah. And they wouldn't come back. You have to like flag them down, and that was such a normal thing. Because here it's like, I was a server and a bartender for many years, and it's a little rude, like in my opinion, to like flag someone down who's very busy working. But there, it's like what you do to get. You want salt? Okay, you have to like ask them to come by. Yeah. They're not going to come by until you need the check.
Oh, shit.
And then the bill too, you have to like get up and pay.
Okay. Wait. So I have to ask you, with Italy, what's like your most memorable thing that you did with Blake? Like, do you feel like it was a honeymoon?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I would say we love to bed rot. Yeah. We could lay in bed for like 3 days straight, and I don't want to say that was the most memorable thing, but it was because we don't get time to do that. We are so busy. I mean, there's time he works insane hours. So getting to just be home with him or in like a hotel room, just relaxing with a crazy beautiful view and just ordering room service and like vegging out was the best memory for me.
Okay, that's good.
And he was just like, we could just sit there and reminisce on the wedding. We got our sneak peeks back from Rachel, our photographer, and we just went through all that together. It was just fun to just do nothing, but also have so much to talk about, because we had so much to talk about with the wedding. And that was my favorite part. We didn't do anything insanely crazy. It was just fun to obviously go see the Roman Empire, because he's obsessed with all the gladiator and like stuff like that. Like seeing the Colosseum in person was so beautiful, and trying the coffee, because we love coffee, and trying the affogato and the gelato that we've always dreamed about, and the pizza. We love pizza and pasta. We love to eat together and veg out and do nothing. So that was the most memorable thing. I have a gift for you guys too, which I wanted to.
Oh my God, stop.
From Amalfi Coast.
Oh my gosh, I forgot his pasta.
I wish. Here it comes. Okay.
What is this? Oh my God, the color is so pretty. Oh my gosh.
It's an apron. I didn't know if you love to cook or not, but I know,
oh my God,
Jasmine, you've been wanting to get in the kitchen and cook more.
I love this so much.
And look, I'm a very plain girly, but being there in Amalfi, everything is lemons, limoncello.
I literally am obsessed with lemons
right now. Stop!
Yes,
okay.
I literally looked up, because I'm telling you, I was obsessed with your stories, that I was looking at hotels, and I found this one. I can't think of the name. And I loved it because the room was all yellow and had lemons on it. I'm like, this is where I want to stay in Italy, because I want this. I want this experience.
Then you have to go to Amalfi. I'm so
thank you so much.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
That way you can get inspired to start cooking a little more.
Yes. Girl, I'm gonna start cooking.
Of course.
That's so cute.
Just a little tote.
I love that.
I wish I had been able to fit more in, but I only brought a carry-on because I didn't want to check in a bag.
Good. Wait, to where?
To Europe. I only took a carry-on.
What?
Yeah, a small carry-on suitcase. That's it. I hate checking in luggage. I hate it. It gives me anxiety.
Like your whole trip?
Yep, my whole trip. 8 days.
What did you pack for clothes?
The thing is, like, there's laundry service at the hotels we went to, and also in Amalfi Coast, there was a laundromat, and I literally took all of my panties and like my socks and stuff and Blake's stuff, and I just took it to the laundromat, and we went and got gelato and got lunch and just took it right back and put it in the dryer, and it felt like you were a local. Like,
Yeah. Which that's my biggest thing for Japan. I will never. I overpack for Japan, and I would say never again. It was miserable. I will say the same thing. I'll probably do laundry service if I go to another country like that, because I feel like it's just, you're going to so many places. If you plan on going back to different places, traveling within that country, it's chaotic having a whole fucking suitcase. Yeah. But clothes-wise, did you just take like jeans and basics?
I took very basic stuff and then a couple cute dresses. And then Blake's guys don't pack a lot of stuff, so I put all my shoes in his bag, and it worked out perfectly fine. Obviously, bringing stuff back, I was like, I couldn't get the things I wanted to get like plates. I wanted to get like a lot of stuff being there, but I couldn't. And another thing, I'm so glad I did just bring a carry-on, because we spent 4 days in Amalfi, and then we took a flight from Naples to Greece, and we stayed in Athens. My favorite out of all of it. Yes, 100%.
Yeah? Did you do beach?
There's beaches, yes. It was too cold to hang out on the beach. But we went to, there's like a pool. There was like, there wasn't a hot tub actually, which I was upset about because I love a hot tub. But it was too cold to hang out at the beach, but it was fine. It was still so beautiful just to, I went and hung out like in my like sweater, in red Verity while I was there. But I would recommend Greece to anyone who's looking for your next trip to go. Yeah. If you haven't been to Rome, you got to go to Rome and Amalfi Coast. But if I could pick to stay out of one of the three places, it would be Greece.
Really?
100%.
Oh, dang, okay.
It was way more my speed because it was more like modern. The people were so kind, very nice. Italy was, the people, like I said, are a little bit just kind of rude, honestly. Yeah. And I know they mean well, but I just definitely like more of a happy environment. Greece, everyone was so like family oriented, very kind, very like, what can I help you with? Like, oh, congratulations, it's your honeymoon. And the streets were nicer, the cars were nicer, there were yachts everywhere in the bay. The food was incredible. Our view was amazing. I love a Four Seasons. I'm just such a snob.
You are a Four Seasons girl. Yeah,
I'm such a snob like that. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. So that was my favorite part of the trip.
How was the sex on your honeymoon?
Do you want to hear all about it?
On Patreon.
On Patreon? Yeah, it was great. It was great. Of course.
How did Blake feel being away from home? Like, did he feel a little anxious?
No, not at all.
I'm so glad.
He was so happy to be away. Okay. Like, he didn't even have service on his cell phone. I had the international plan on mine, so he didn't even touch his, like, he literally was not on his phone. Usually work is, like, bugging him every hour of the day, even on his off days, and he was like, no, I will not have my phone.
Thank God. Good for him.
I know. Good for him. I was shocked. I thought for sure he was going to be stressing, like I told you. No, it was amazing. I'm telling you.
So good.
Yeah, just in the room. Yeah. Go hang out. We went to Nobu. There's a Nobu in Greece. We went to Nobu. Just had the most amazing food. Pita bread, hummus, olives, Greek salad. I love all that stuff.
Yeah, I do too.
It was so nice. It was amazing. So when we left, and I'll tell you all about the sex on Patreon because it was really great. Okay. I was like, damn, I'm married now. You know, people say it all goes downhill when you get married. And no, it doesn't. So when the day before our very last day, I got a notification on my phone, and it said, your flight has been canceled. And there was a strike, an airport strike. The airport traffic controllers chose one day out of the year to have a nationwide strike in Greece, and it was the day we were supposed to leave. So they closed the airports, they shut down all the flights, canceled our flight, just refunded us, said, you figure it out. So I was so zen, so happy up until that last. I got the email, and I was like, you're kidding me. We were about to head out to go see like the Pantheon and all this cool stuff on the hill. And I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Oh my God.
Mind you, at first I was like, okay, we'll just book another night. Like, it's fine, right? We'll stay another night. And then it kind of hit me. I was like, no, I need to check on the price of all this stuff because the Four Seasons isn't cheap. Right. And we booked it eight months ago in advance, and it was a great deal at the time. Yeah. So we were like, what do we do? It was just a mess. It was a mess. And that was like so frustrating. I was having a great time up until then. Yeah. So we had to rebook our flight, and we had to book a completely different flight that took us we had a layover in Turkey for 3 hours, and then we had to fly into Rome, and then from Rome we had to rebook our United flight from Rome to Houston, and they were trying to charge me $2,200 to rebook my United flight. Yeah. So I was on the phone with them for like an hour, back and forth with this lady, and I was like, okay, you have to do something for me because this is out of my control. Like, can you please Google that there's a nationwide strike in Greece right now? We can't get our flight back. The airports are closed. She was like, okay. And it's always like some lady from India. No offense, but it's like the customer service.
I'm like, I need to talk to someone else, please.
Yes. Yeah. And she was like, let me see what I can do, ma'am. 1 second. She put me on hold, and it was like an hour back and forth. Finally, she was like, okay, we can waive $300 for you. And I looked over at Blake, and he's like, no, we're not going to accept that. And I was like, okay, can you please just Google what's happening in Greece? I was like, 1 second. And then finally, after like going back and forth with her for like 40 minutes, she's like, okay, we can waive it all for you. No problem. We'll rebook your flight. So if I hadn't like made the hassle of telling her, it's like, this is out of my control. Can you please do something for us? Can you imagine people just would have paid $2,200 to rebook their flight? No.
Fuck no.
And I wasn't mean about it, but I was just like, can you please do something? I mean, we're on our honeymoon. Can you please try and make something work? And she did. So we didn't pay $1, except we had to rebook our flight from Greece to Rome, and that was like $600. But it's better than $2,000.
It's better than the $2,000. Yeah. I feel like that's the most hectic part. Like, you're like, oh yeah, an extra day, fine, fuck it, we'll like rent a hotel somewhere else. But like, it's the whole flight in another country. Yes. It's like the day before, no. They rape you at the airport.
It was so stressful.
Awful. Yeah.
It was so stressful. And that was the one time I was just like, oh, I just want to get home. This is terrible. I was like, it ruined it. It didn't. It was fine. But we ended up flying for like 22 hours total. Oh my God. Which is when I read Verity. I was like,
you read it the whole way back?
I'm just gonna, it was amazing. Okay, we're gonna talk about it. It was amazing. Yeah, we're gonna talk all about it on Patreon because I want to dive so deep into this book. I cannot wait for the movie.
I know.
It was I read it in 6 hours. Yeah. Like front to back. Yeah. It was so good. It's like Blake kept trying to talk to me, and I was like, no. Did
you ever look at him like, oh my God, like
if I should call him and get his reaction because I told him like the plot because at one point he was like, what the hell is going on in that damn book?
And you're like,
and then I'm flipping through all the sex scenes and he's looking over, he's like leaning on me, he's like, damn, what's in that book?
I know.
And then there was one point where I was like, I can't read this right now.
You're like looking around at the airplane, you're like, oh my God, they know what I'm reading.
Yes.
I forgot about those.
Like I'm getting hot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. No, I remember reading Verity at the house when we were living at the house, and I remember Chris would be gaming. I'm like, oh my God, babe, you have to stop right now. I have to tell you what happened. It's crazy.
So good.
Yeah, you can't put it down.
No.
Like you cannot put it down. You don't want to put it down.
No, you don't. And I was like fine with having a 3-hour layover because I just read the whole thing. It was like, so good.
It's so funny because then they want to talk to you like, make it quick.
Yeah, he kept bugging me. He's like, baby, you want something to drink? I was like, no. I'm just
You're like, I'm done with your penis already. Like, I've had enough. Let me read this.
I'm going to read about Jeremy's. I'm just kidding.
I love it.
It was so good.
Okay, we'll end with White Lotus real quick.
Oh my God, yes.
Because we had talked about it before. If you have not watched White Lotus, if you plan on watching White Lotus, this is going to be a spoiler, so go ahead. See y'all next week. Yeah. But if you guys have already watched it or you're like, you know what, I'm not going to watch it, stay tuned. Okay, what did you think?
Okay, well, first of all, Blake and I, like I told you, I haven't watched it because we want to binge the whole thing. So we waited 8 weeks, right? Yeah. We waited 8 weeks. We wanted to binge the whole thing in a day. So I've been trying to like skip over all the spoilers I keep hearing about. And we were so excited because I was like, as soon as we get to our hotel and we start to veg out, I brought my laptop and I was like, I'm going to get on HBO and we're going to watch the whole thing. I get to Europe. I click on HBO.
It's not available.
HBO is not, and Max is not available in Europe at this time. And I was like, you're lying. And I'm like Googling what to do. How can I wiretap my computer to can someone FaceTime me? And so we had to wait until we got to Newark because we had stopped in Newark. And then from there, as soon as we landed in the airport, I was like, and we started watching it. It was so good. Yeah. I know you have a different take. Mm-hmm. I love White Lotus. Have you seen all 3 seasons?
Yes.
Okay, I have 2, and I've been obsessed since season 1, and I feel like I was on that train, and now everyone's on it. I've always loved White Lotus. And this season was really good. I read comments saying people had thought it was very slow at first.
Yes, that's my biggest thing.
I thought it was great.
God, it was so... No, I feel like it was so slow.
Really?
So slow.
I can imagine watching it week by week. It might be slow. But
I guess, yes.
Yeah, I can see how the first 3 episodes are kind of like, okay, this is like very... Yeah, I could see that.
I think what was slow for me was they put so much focus on the dad and what he was going to do. And it was just like him going back and forth. And I think for me, it was just... I think everything was... his whole family was so triggering to me. Like, the wife was triggering. I hated the way she talked. I wonder if she talks like that in real life.
No, she doesn't.
Okay, because it's awful. Like,
it's a South Carolina accent. It's pretty accurate. That's how they talk.
I would just want to smack that lady in the face.
That's how Blake felt. I liked her.
No. First of all.
Papa, no.
Exactly. Papa, no. However you fucking said it. No. And I think I know it's supposed to make you feel all these feelings because it's like the entitlement that this family had.
Yes.
The wife, like, I'm like, how can you not know that your husband's going through something? It's crazy to me. Yeah. Like, it's just, and I feel like I felt like I told Chris the last episode, I felt like I was coming. I was close to an orgasm. I was close.
The finale, you mean?
The finale, yeah. The last episode. I was close. And then I got to that part in the boat, and then it went, didn't finish.
What part in the boat? At the very end?
Yes, I needed to see the reaction of them.
The family finding out.
Yes, yeah. I needed that. I needed it.
That's the beauty of Mike White, and I think his character development is just perfect. The way that, and I know a lot of people are like, I hate the mom. I hate Rick, I hate all these, but that's the beauty of it. It's like, there are people out there like this. The dynamic of the girls, the 3 ladies who went, I was thinking about you when they were like talking shit about each other behind their backs. It's like,
but that's the reality of friends.
That's reality.
I will say that was my favorite part, the ending, when they're sitting at that table.
Yeah.
And that girl says, like, everyone's like, the 2 girls are like, I love this trip. It was so nice. And she's like, this trip made me so sad the entire time. And them realizing, like, oh shit, she had a different perception. And then she's just like, because it shows me of everything that, like, how good you guys have it, and I'm happy for you guys, but, like, I'm not there, but I'm just so grateful to have a seat at the table. And I was just like, Chris and I looked at each other, and he was like, that was good. I was like, yeah, that was, I think that was really good because it happens, you know, I feel like especially like in a dynamic of 3 sometimes, like there's going to be, in any friendship, there's going to be things that you don't like about or triggering, right? And then you need to blow off some steam and be like, oh my God, Hannah is so stubborn, right? But you're not talking shit. I do feel like one of them was a little bit more gossipy, you know, with the short hair. By the way, I loved her look.
Me too.
Loved it. But other than that, and I will say that the actress girl pissed me off because she did sleep with a guy. And it's like, they saw you and you're going to, like, I feel like that would have triggered me. Like, you're lying to your friend when, like, I saw you. I saw him getting out of your room. Like, why are you lying to me? Yeah. Like, I felt like that would piss me off. But that was really cool to watch. I will say the Rick was the bald guy, right?
The balding guy, yes.
You
mean the old guy who killed?
Yeah, Belinda. No, Belinda was the lady.
I can't. That's Greg.
Oh, that's Greg.
Yeah.
Well, I love
the one who was dating the model.
Yes, I love that Greg gave her the money.
Yeah.
I love the son that he was like $5 million.
I love that.
But did you see? Is it just me, or what is it called when it's not foreshadowing, when it's repeating what happened to her? Because in season 1. What's her name? That lady
Jennifer Coolidge's character
told her, let's open up a spa.
Right.
She did that with the Thai guy.
Yeah.
And then Jennifer Coolidge's character was like, I'm so sorry, I can't do it.
Right.
And now she's doing the same thing to him.
Yes, like it's And it's like the irony.
Like, it's that's what it is, the irony. That's
You're right. I didn't even think about that.
Chris didn't catch it either. And I was like, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. It's exactly what happened to her in season 1.
It's almost like the way money changes you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You're like, no, you're a peasant to me now.
You don't have the money to start a business with me. So,
oh my God, Jasmine, I didn't even think about that. Okay, studious.
I was just like a little upset because, I mean, I get it. Like, I know it probably wouldn't have been the smartest move to open up a business with him, but it was just the whole thing of like you talking to him about a business and now you have all this money and now you're like,
oh yeah, you're flaking on him now.
Yeah, you're flaking on him.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I gotta tell Blake.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm shook. Yeah. And her character is like sweet, nice, like hardworking, and you wouldn't think that she would turn on someone in that way. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you see the SNL skit of?
No.
I can't think of her name. Amy Lou, I think is her name. Something. The girl with the teeth.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
No, I didn't see it, but...
Okay. How did you feel about her character throughout this show?
I felt like a pobrecita. Like, I'm just like... I felt like, dude, I don't know how some women are like that, but like she loved that man no matter what.
She was I can change him woman.
Oh my God. And just like... I don't know how some women stay without being given nothing.
When he called her an idiot.
When did he call her an idiot? I don't know.
Oh, they were sitting at the table. It was like maybe episode 3 or 2. He was like, no, you're an idiot. And she's just like, I love you, Rick.
I know. Oh my God, dude. It's infuriating as a woman. You're like, and then she's like begging for love because she's on the phone with him. And she's like, you're supposed to say, you have to say that I love you, not just love you. And like, it's just like, it's pick me.
So pick me. It's everything we're against and what we always talk about. And but it was so interesting to see her role and how she really did have a big influence on him, even though he didn't want her to know that. Yeah. And obviously in the very end, the tragedy that happened, he flipped like this as soon as the tragedy happened to her. He was like, oh my God, I love you. We're going to be together forever, blah, 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 right? Like, you do care about him. I'm sorry, he does care about her, but he's too macho to show it, or he's too this to show. He's too hurt.
He was too hurt. He was too much in his victim. Like,
oh
my God, I didn't
love as a child.
You're the reason I'm like, anyone who's like, you're the reason, I'm like,
Goodbye.
Bye. No. You cannot blame other people for how you turned out.
Absolutely.
No.
But it was great.
Dude, the part where he's that guy. What was his name?
Rick.
Rick was sitting at the table across the guy from Thailand. And the guy from Thailand, the one that gives him the pistol, the gun.
Yeah.
And he's talking to him about like, oh yeah, I was like having sex with all these Thai women,
and then I decided to be a Thai woman.
And then he's like, I wanted to feel like I was one of them, fucking one of them. And it was just, Chris and I looked at each other and we were like, what in the world?
Yeah.
I was just like shocked by that
Me
part.
too. But it's just so funny the way like every character is so unhinged in a way. But it's so true. Like, have you ever met someone who has like a deep, dark secret like that? Because I have. Never. Oh my God, I have. And I take that stuff to my grave with me.
Right.
But there's so many people that have crazy, deep, dark secrets, and you would never realize that looking at them, right? Because
I'm sure,
even though like judgment is bad, our brains are wired to judge people. We see someone and we judge them, like in our head. We keep it to ourselves, right? But it's crazy. You see that guy and you're like, okay, you're making your judgments. You're watching a TV show. You're making your judgments about Rick would never be friends with a guy like that, right? Like, oh my God, this is crazy, right?
Yeah.
And it's such a shock. But there's people that have crazy, deep, dark secrets like that.
No, absolutely. No, I 100% think so.
Oh, yeah.
But I haven't met anyone who's shared anything like that with me.
He's an oversharer.
But I was like, okay, that's crazy. I'm like, that was insane. I will say the most disturbing thing, though, was the younger brother masturbating his older brother.
Yeah, the incestuous stuff.
I think that was probably the most, like, crazy. And I think just, like, the older guy, like, was he a douche? Yeah, he was like what the girl's calling you, like a prick, right? He just had that, like, I make money and I'm hot kind of thing. And I feel like obviously it was like a cover to protect his feelings and stuff like that. But I do think that him going through his brother masturbating him will forever change him.
You know that's Arnold's son. Arnold Schwarzenegger's
Yeah,
son.
I know, because I saw that he was on the Skims ad with him and his fiance. I was like, they look nothing alike.
So back to Amy Lou Wood, I think that's her name, the girl with the teeth. SNL made a skit about her and like made fun of her very much so. They had an actress like reenact White Lotus and they put like crazy teeth prosthetics on her. And the actress went on Instagram and she said it was really hurtful. Like she said, I can't remember her exact quote, but she basically was like, it wasn't funny and it hurt my feelings. And I wanted to know what you think about that. Do you feel like, do you ever watch SNL?
I do. I think there's like really funny skits, and then I think that there's some that not. I just saw something about like Morgan Wallen, you know who that is?
Yes.
Him being racist.
What about him being racist? I know
that was my phone. So
I know he just walked off.
Yeah, but people were saying it's because he was racist. Is that true?
I don't know. I didn't look into it too much. I just thought SNL's not really his thing, and he just like left.
Oh, okay.
I remember he posted like "Take me to God's country," like he was ready to like, yeah.
But that's why he said God's country, because they're like, I don't know. Maybe people were.
I think he means like Hollywood.
I think there was like a skit, and it was something against God, and he didn't appreciate it, so he walked off, and he said God's country. Like, I'm gonna put up with this.
Okay. So I didn't know, and I wanted to ask you because I know you're a little bit more into it, but I was wondering because it's funny because today I was listening to a Morgan Wallen song, and I'm like, is he actually racist? I need to ask Hannah about this because all the comments were just like
he's my brother.
Because everything right now is Republican, Democratic, racist, not racist. So I was just like, all the comments were all over the place, but because he did say take me back to God's country, so people were like, oh, he's a hardcore Republican, he's for racism. But if it was a skit like that, then maybe that's what it was. But I do watch SNL. It's funny that you I didn't watch that skit, but it's funny that you say that because last week or two, I guess it was last week when I guess they were doing press interviews or something, I was taking out the dogs to use the restroom, and I was on something really quick, and then I don't remember what it was particularly, but she was, I guess, being interviewed about her teeth, and she said that like she wasn't going to change them, that was something part of her. And I remember reading that and being like, I love this, because does she have the most beautiful teeth? No, but like it's depending on who you ask, right? Like some people love veneers, other people don't love veneers. But I'm like, I love that she's like, that's what makes her different, right? Like she, obviously, like you look at her, she doesn't have a model body, right? She's not the most model-esque person, but like that's what got her casted for this role. Correct. And like, I feel like that's one of the things with like actors that people have to realize. Models cannot be actors because all models at the end of the day look the same. Like actors have to look like real human people and like have to be different. And I love that she embraces her teeth, and I think that's amazing to see as a female who all we're surrounded by is perfection and getting work done and everything. So for her to it made me think about my nose, because like I'm so persistent on getting my nose done, and I'm like, why am I in a hurry to get my nose done?
Embrace it.
Like she's embracing her teeth. Like what's the big, like I feel like it makes me feel more confident and with my insecurities. So to know that they were making fun of her pisses me off. Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Aw, okay. Yeah. So my take on it is kind of, what do you expect, girl? Right? Okay. It's like your character is supposed to be quirky, right? Your teeth make you quirky. They're cute to an extent, but like embrace the funniness to me. It's like, and you know how I feel like bad press is good press in a way, right? They're talking about White Lotus on SNL. It's a big deal, and your character. Yeah. In my opinion, I would have embraced it, but obviously, it's interesting to see she's very sensitive about her teeth, right? She's insecure about it, obviously, which is kind of interesting. I thought she would be embracing it.
Yeah, like, that's what I thought. Yeah, she was embracing it.
Yeah, so that's kind of my thought. It's like, okay, that's who you are. That's your character.
But that's your character. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, was it really bad, the SNL skit?
I didn't even watch it. I only saw like a screenshot of it. And I mean, they're making fun of her, like huge buck teeth.
But you have a point. Like if that's your character and you're going to go into Hollywood and you know that's what makes you different. Yes. Then you should be like, people are going to make fun of it, but I don't give a crap because it's like what I embrace. Correct. Because if you are subconscious, then you probably should not do those roles.
That's you shouldn't be an actress then.
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly my thought.
Yeah, okay.
And I sympathize with her. I didn't know that she felt that way about her teeth. I guess that's where I'm kind of shocked. So.
Because I thought she was, from what I read, I thought she was, like, really confident. Yeah. So, but maybe still it's, like.
She's not.
A little triggering.
It's triggering. And then I saw some paparazzi, like, pictures of her crying, like, recently. And obviously, you know how tabloids are. They were like, oh, she's crying about the SNL skit. Probably not, but still, I was like, oh, poor girl. It made my heart hurt. But I kind of was like, I thought it was who you are and it's like funny. It's like who your character is. Like she's super weird and quirky and goofy. So it was interesting.
Yeah.
Back to the ancestral brothers. So my interpretation of that, I know it's crazy. It's so wrong on so many levels. But my interpretation of that is that the little brother wants to please his older brother so badly.
Yeah, that's what Gabby's interpretation was.
He idolizes him. He wants to be him. Like, his brother's like, drink these protein shakes, right? The very last episode, he doesn't even have his brother telling him to drink one. He's drinking one on his own. Yeah. He's making one on his own because he wants to live up to his brother's expectations. Yeah. I think that's all it was about. They're like on Molly or whatever. They're like having a good time. They're super drunk. And I think that's what it was about. I don't think it's supposed to be like gross in a way. Do you know what I mean?
I thought it was like, I thought in the beginning he was gay, right? Because like he was watching his brother. Mm-hmm. But then Gabby said she was like, oh, he's a people pleaser. And then he says that, right?
He says it.
He says it. And I'm like, I guess I've never been around people pleasing to that, like anyone around.
That's crazy. That's another level. But I'm just trying to realize. I was just trying to think of the meaning.
I'm like, oh shit. Like, I guess people could be that. Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's so
wrong. It's a little wrong.
But I was just trying to think of like, well, I wonder what this character development is and what the meaning behind it is. And I think that's what it was for me. But maybe he's just a creep. I don't know.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure the people please. Okay, real quick before we end, because I know this is long. We weren't going to cover this, but you brought up the Molly, right? Have you seen all the TikToks of people and it pisses me off of girls being like, oh, do you know that over here your favorite celebrities are like on drugs and like rolling? And I'm like, first of all, shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Just let these first of all, people complain that celebrities need to be like more relatable and like not be so like stuck up. So now these celebrities at Coachella, their one time that they get to go out. People typically at concerts and raves are on drugs.
Yeah.
Like, are they shoving drugs down people's throat? No, like they're not like, go take drugs, but like if someone wants to put drugs in their body, just let them put drugs in their body. Like, and let them do it. Like, don't judge them for having a good time and rolling with their people that they love, because first of all, a lot of these people that do Molly are with people that they care about, and they're like, most of these people do Molly once a year at Coachella or like a rave. It's not like they're doing Molly on every weekend. So for me, it was just like, bitch, you just learned about rolling and chewing gum and everything. And now you're like, oh my God, they're rolling, and now I have to make a TikTok. That's how I felt about it.
So who specifically did they shout at? Like, did they like come at in
Hailey
TikTok?
Bieber.
Okay. And Justin Bieber?
I don't know if Justin
or just
Bieber's
her.
really. I don't know.
Did they show clips of them?
Oh, no, okay. But I think like overall there was a lot of celebrities like chewing gum.
Yeah.
Typically, if you guys don't know, because I wouldn't have known this in a small town that I grew up, typically if you are at a concert and you see people kind of like, you know, having a good time, drinking a lot of water, chewing gum, it's because they're rolling, right? Your mouth moves a lot when you're rolling. When what rolling is, if you don't know, is when you're on Molly specifically. So Molly is a drug that you take that just is a big upper, right? So you get like a lot more visual. The lights are more appealing, sensations more appealing, but there's a lot of movement in your mouth, and your mouth gets really dry. This is all from the internet, by the way.
I was about to tell you.
This is all with the internet.
Condone this.
We do not. I'm not saying you should do it.
No, I don't.
And this is all from the internet. Okay, but I think just for me, it's I'm just not, to each their own. Like, do what you want to do, as long as I'm not like You want to do heroin? That's not. No. Everyone to each their own, right? Like, but I just think like it's just annoying that like people just go. I guess for me, it's like everything nowadays is like you have to go on there and talk shit about someone on TikTok, and I'm like, can you just not? Like, everyone's having a good time at Coachella. Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Why do you have to fucking start talking about people? Everyone's on drugs at Coachella. Your favorite influencer's on drug at Coachella. Like, just let them be. And then someone's like, oh, your favorite influencers smell. Bitch, they're in the desert, like, for hours. What do you think? You think you smell like roses? Like, people are just so mean. And it's all women. And I'm like, you guys are so mean.
It is women.
You're so mean.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. I mean, I'm like very non-judgmental. And if I do have a judgment, I keep it to myself. Yeah. I keep it to myself. And it's like, I don't understand. I mean, it's just TikTok culture. I think people have a lot more courage to go on TikTok, and it's so saturated with so many opinions that people just go wild on there. But I just feel like if I was a celebrity and I'm seeing all these comments, it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like I always say, they're crying in their Camry and I'm crying in my Ferrari. Yeah. I don't even care. Like, who cares? Don't worry about outside opinions. Like, do whatever you want to do. Unless they're harming someone, right? Or if they are setting a very bad influence, like if they're promoting a bad product.
Absolutely.
No. Yeah, to minors, right? But no, otherwise, like, let them be. Let them live their lives. Let them have fun.
Let those people that probably haven't posted about where they're at in Coachella are just, like, trying to have a private moment.
Yeah.
And you are over there recording them. And it's just, like, I mean, I told Chris this, and he was like, he's always very, like, well, they know who they are, and they know that at the end of the day, they have to represent us. They have to uphold a certain thing. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I get it. But at the same time, I'm like, it's annoying. I think it's annoying that everyone has to judge them, right? It's just like, let them be. They're human, right? Let them be. And then I'm like, I think for me, it's like, oh, like, bad. They're rolling. And I'm like, everyone next to you is rolling. Like, like, you're just, I don't know. It was just annoying. And I'm not saying everyone does the drugs that goes to Coachella, but I'm saying I would assume...
90% of them.
Yeah, I was going to say 90, but maybe I'm like, at least 70, 80% of people who are going to Coachella are rolling.
Well, just festivals in general. I mean, that's kind of...
If you don't know this, but the lights are specifically made a certain way to look cool when you're on drugs. Like, it's just plain and simple. That's how it is. So it's like...
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
It's very common.
It's very common. It's a common thing. So I'm just like... These girls that are making these videos, it's like you're coming on here and being so judgy, and it's like, just shut the fuck up. Like,
keep your comments to yourself.
Yeah, but
I'm so big on that.
That's the only, like, review I had of Coachella.
Yeah. I'm so, like, outside opinions are outside opinions.
Yeah.
And don't let it, women are going to be women. Like, catty, judgmental women, they're always going to be there no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what.
Yeah, and it's, I guess going through this whole thing, like family even judging me and outside opinions about like what you should do on your wedding and what you shouldn't do and all this, I'm just like, I don't even care. I'm letting it all go. I don't even care. Like, judge me all you want.
I feel like, too, I don't know if it's like this year, and my friend, she was like, when you turn 30, you're just going to feel different. And I was like, shut up. But I do feel like, and now that I'm 30, it's like, if you already fucked me over once, I don't have the energy or time, or do I want to even be in a room with you? And call it whatever it is. It's just like, if you are catty, if you are mean, if you have screwed someone over, and I've heard about it, and I'm just like, I don't even want to, why am I even going to put myself in a situation where your energy can affect me? Like, I just don't have the energy and the time. I don't want it. So I don't know if it's just like, you grow up and you like, I feel like you want to have, thankfully I have like a solid, good core of friends, but like, I know it's hard to find friends, and I know you grow up wanting a good friend group, and sometimes you don't have that, but if you find them, hold on to them, because some girls can be so mean and so catty, and they look at you as competition no matter what you do, and it's just so annoying. Yeah. And it's like, the second I feel like you looked at me as competition, I'm out the door, because I already know you're insecure. You don't want anything good for me. And I don't want to even spend my energy here. And it's just like, so anytime I see anything negative, especially when it's females talking negative, it just like, it frustrates me.
Yeah. Some people say this quote is like dumb and is not relevant, but I do believe to an extent you are who you surround yourself with.
Absolutely.
Yeah. People influence you very easily. Like, you spend time with someone and you're somehow doing their mannerisms. Like, I think that is very important to surround yourself with people that are only going to fill your cup. So I agree with what you're saying completely. And it's important to keep those friends really close and keep that support system around you, and cut the people out that don't serve you right or bad influence. Cut them out immediately. It doesn't matter if they're blood, in my opinion. So,
don't feel bad either. I feel like sometimes it's like, oh, it's fine, girl. Just put on a smile. I'm like, no, it's not fine. I don't want to.
No, I'm being fake.
No, I don't want to. Like, if you want to do that, be you, but I don't want to. Like, I don't want to do that. So,
yeah. It feels good to just be grown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels good to be a grown.
Maybe that's like being Capricorn of me, but like I felt that way when I was 14. I like was like, I don't have time for you.
Yeah.
I need to move on from this.
Yeah.
I've never had an issue with just being like, hey, you can't be in my life anymore because you're bringing me down.
Yeah.
And I'm only moving up from here, baby.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
So if you grasp that mentality young, it will save you so much heartbreak and anger and frustration in life.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to hurt someone's feelings if it's the honest truth, because like it's just so important to be honest with a friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they should be okay with hearing your perspective too and being okay with that. Like, okay, I'm not serving you in your life. Okay, let's go our separate ways. Same thing in a breakup.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, breakups are great. Great.
Yeah.
I would say 100% of the time, because you weren't meant to be with that person, and you're
and
wasting your time.
You can always learn something, right?
Yes,
and you
absolutely.
can improve for the next one. No, I agree. The same with relationships, same with friendships.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like some friendships serve their purpose, and then they're, people go, it's funny because I was at the pool, like, on Sunday, and I was overhearing these 3 girls talk, because I was, like, laying down, and they were all, one of them was getting married, and it was literally, like, bridesmaids drama. So I was like, oh shit. And then one was like, yeah, she's not gonna put me in her wedding. And it's just like, we all go through stuff like that. But then one of them girls said, they were talking about someone else, and like, I really loved her when I first started hanging out with her, but now it just seems like she's negative all the time. And sometimes it's like, everyone goes through a different phase in their life, right? Especially if you've been friends with for many years, and if they're not growing with you, they may be going through some hardship, and they may need you, but they might also be in a position where they don't want help. And maybe it's time for you to pause that friendship, right? And let them figure it out on their own. And when they come back, be happy for them. But sometimes you can't help them. Sometimes people are going through their shit, and you just need to let them go through their shit.
Well, also, you can give them your opinion and your thoughts and what to do all you want. They are going to make their decision at the end of the day. That's a big thing, too, in friendships. Like, I always want to support my friends no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like we've built a relationship with my girlfriends and I, to where I feel like they know I'm the person they can call and not be judged. Like, you tell me anything. Like, you cheated on your man. Okay. What do we need to do to fix this? Like, what are we doing to move forward? I'm not going to sit here and shun you. I'm not going to parent you whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm going to be here with you through it and help you get through it. That's a big thing for me. Like, I hate women who bear that judgment on someone else. It's like, it's not your life. Yeah. It's not your life. Live with your own guilt. Yeah. Judge yourself. At the end of the day, don't judge anyone else, because it's your life and you're not living their life. They're going to make their own choices because they have free will.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I know that ended up in a whole new
tangent about friends. I could talk about that forever.
I know.
Yeah, I really could. I did want to just quickly thank not only you for all the support you gave me on my wedding day, because it wouldn't have been the same without having you there. I'm so grateful. But all the girls who sent me the sweetest DMs, like maybe 50 DMs of just like, beautiful, you look beautiful, I loved your dress, I loved this, oh, you look so happy, like, oh, it was so sweet seeing you and Emma, just endless comments and DMs, and I'm so grateful and blessed, because I know I wouldn't have as big of a community like that if it weren't for this podcast. And I'm just so deeply grateful, and I hope I responded to everyone. I tried to go through it because I stayed up all night after the wedding, and I'm just so grateful for all of the love. Seriously,
I'm so glad you feel loved. Yeah,
oh my God,
great.
I was crying. It was just so sweet.
Yeah,
so sweet to have support from someone you don't even know.
Yeah, I feel like everyone on the pod has been so sweet, thankful,
they have,
and so
really,
supportive, and I love it. So it's been a great space, and I mean, the last 2 weeks we gave you guys episodes. Unfortunately, we weren't able to give Patreon episodes, but don't think we're like, chilling. Like, we really want to make sure that we are providing you guys with good content and really, like, building a community through this. So, if you feel like someone can benefit from this, put them on it, put on the podcast. And then, if we've talked about it before, if there's anything that you guys want to know, like, this is what we're here for, is to help you guys out too. So, and, with Patreon, we've really built, like, a really solid community. So we have almost 1,000 members.
I know.
It's amazing.
That is crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's so sweet to know that every single one of those people made an account and like set it up in their email and like made it a point to follow us and keep up. It's just, I think about it all the time.
I do too. And I love that it's like guys, and I love that comment that you shared and then I shared it too, because I was like, oh my gosh, even like males really love our insight as in like relationships, you know, like it's been really great to have this platform and be able to share like our insights and stuff. So we're really blessed to have you guys and really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to us, because you know, we're all busy in our day. So if you are just even like, you care enough to listen to us, we really appreciate it. So
I'm so grateful.
Yeah, but we're going to go on the Patreon. We're going to discuss a full episode on her wedding recap. And I'm going to share some of my pickiness of everything was perfect on your wedding, but I have 2 little complaints.
No, I want to hear it all.
And then, not for you, but things that I feel like I wanted to yell at.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go over a Q&A and talk about your honeymoon sex.
Honeymoon sex, and you guys asked a lot of good questions, like really good questions.
Oh, and Verity.
We're going to go over Verity too. Full deep dive.
All right, guys. So thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next week, or we'll see you on Patreon.
See you on Patreon. Yeah. Come over to Patreon.
Okay, bye.
Bye. I'm literally just a girl.